Living the dream.
Oh, tight swinger, mate.
And he gets to see my face every week. So, I mean, how lucky is he? Absolute professionals at this. We do put it on YouTube.
I'm genuinely impressed, mate. Genuinely impressed.
Edit that. We'll cut that bit out. Happy Dad Tales Day.
Happy Dad Tales Day, my friend.
Happy New Year, Dad Tales Day.
Happy year of the 2022.
That will catch on, definitely.
Like we said last year.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Studio 3 today.
Yeah, back to... Well, Studio 3 is the original studio we started in, wasn't it?
The OG, yeah.
Yeah.
Want to explain why we're in Studio 3?
Because COVID's a pain in the quiche there.
Dutty COVID.
Yeah, gone right through the lot of us. In like dribs and drabs as well. It's not even like we've all got it at the same time. This has been dragged out since the 23rd of December. We're now on the 2nd of January, and today Noah's just got it. So it's been proper dragged out between the lot of us.
So you've got another stint to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm still in my isolation. I'm not out till another week nearly. So
he's about that age, so he's big enough to be sat in the house by himself now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Just switch oven off.
Yeah.
He'll be right. Stick him in front of the telly. A couple of bottles of beer.
To be fair, I think I could stick him in front of the telly all day and come back and he wouldn't have moved. He'd probably gone to the kitchen, got himself something to eat and drink, and come back and gone sat there. It'd be no danger, I'm telling you.
Well, that's the best way, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Happy New Year.
If I was to say, how's your week been?
Boring. And that's like, our Christmas dinner, we were meant to go out with fam, we got to see mother-in-law and stuff. That got kibosh to it. Luckily enough, I kept saying to Amy, we need to make sure we've got some stuff in case we end up having to isolate for some reason. Need to make sure we've got stuff in. Luckily, we had enough in to do our own slap-up Christmas dinner, which was nice.
Bog roll and beer?
Yeah, pretty much. The only downside was, and it was just the fact that we have a Sunday dinner every week. We have a Sunday dinner. We all get around the table. We all sit down. It was just like having a Sunday dinner. Apart from we had the trimmings of such as pigs in blankets. We had a couple of sprouts, things like that. I say we had a couple of sprouts. I didn't have any sprouts. Amy did. Did
you have a Christmas hat on?
Well, this is the thing. We could get the crackers. So my mum found 2 crackers from last year. Some weird, I don't know, the one in crackers. So we had 2 crackers. So kids wore hats. We didn't. So I could only get my hands on 2 crackers. Be like a, what's it called? What's that Charles Dickens? Christmas Carol, like a poor story.
Clampets at Christmas.
Yeah. Scrambling everything.
Do you know what though? Let's say first world problems in it. You didn't have a Christmas hat. No, I mean you've got rubbish jokes all year round, haven't you? So
exactly. Could have been a lot worse. Like I say, we're all safe. Do you know what I mean? We're all we managed to stay together and stuff, which was nice. Christmas wasn't cancelled. As far as kids concerned, do you know what I mean? The fat man still came. He still delivered his presents, dropped his load all of it, living room.
So you did get some Christmas cracker jokes. Your mum must have pulled out the 18 version of them. But apart from illness and not having Christmas crackers and only pigs in blankets to go around, it was all right, was it?
Yeah, it's been good. Good.
Did you bring you lots of nice gifts?
Yeah. More about kids in it. They got some good stuff. Ava's now joined the world of having a mobile phone.
Ouch.
I know. Tell me about it. Tried prolonging it for as long as possible, but she's now part of the big wide world.
Yeah, I think it does grow independence, though, doesn't it? When you've got a phone as well.
All of a sudden, we've got a teenager in the house. It's weird.
Well, you had one before. She's always been very grown up, hasn't she? So, but it helps to keep in touch with people, though, doesn't it, as well? And just keep in the real world. It's just unfortunate that's how it is now, isn't it?
Yeah, ideally, I'd like to wait till she's probably about 12 or something like that. But obviously, it was at the crossroads now where we didn't want her to be the one that's not got one, so she misses out because all her friends are always on phone together and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're gonna have to this year.
So all them times when we've bleated at people for keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we've kept up with the Joneses. We're just a decade behind. We were behind, if that makes sense, because all our friends have had them for the last year and a half, maybe more. So we've joined in, but we probably won't last ones at the party still. So
it's not a bad place to be.
No, it's not. And like I say, it was one of those things where if I was stubborn enough, she still wouldn't have had one. But you can't not because she's missed out on social skills and things like that. Where I think that's just as important, really, at the end of the day. So,
do you know one thing I noticed? So on Christmas morning, let's not go on too much about Christmas, but on Christmas morning I nipped out, like I always do, nip down to the cemetery on Christmas morning, and I was hoping to see like kids on new bikes. I see one person on a bike, a scooter, a skateboard.
COVID, mate. Everyone's got the COVID.
Is that a new thing?
Yeah. And you know what? You're right. I don't think I saw anybody on anything new.
You would normally, if you went out on your bike at Christmas, you would be seeing somebody else on a new bike.
Yeah. I haven't told you about the time I got a new bike for Christmas and shattered my kneecap on the same day.
Shat on your kneecap?
Yeah, just like that. Well, I say shattered. I spilt the ligaments in my knee. I've told this story.
Yeah, we've gone through this now. It's a good story though.
Back full circle.
Yeah, go right back to the beginning. Never tell you about when I fell out of bed Christmas morning and broke my arm.
Have we done that on here? I know about it, but I don't know if we've done it here.
I don't know. Let's not go over it again. But yeah, I fell out of bed Christmas morning. I was 8 years old. Broke my arm. Guess what I got for that year for Christmas? A bike.
Nice.
Couldn't ride it till end of February.
Why did your arm, not your leg? What's wrong with you?
Apparently, it's just a thing. It's just a thing now. You're not allowed to.
Anyway, we digress.
We do digress. Right. So we've been asking for questions, haven't we, for the last 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Questions from our listenership. Anything that they want to ask us, and we'll discuss it on here. And we've had a billion, at least.
Yeah. Feels like a billion. Every 2 minutes, phone's going bing, 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 bing.
It's good. So we're going to go through these. We're going to discuss these, aren't we?
Yes.
So this question is our first one of 2022. This question was sent in from Scott from Dewsbury, and he wants to know what magic power would make parenting easier?
Oh, man. So many.
Invisibility.
Yes. Oh, that'd be really good on that one, wouldn't it?
That would be a good one, yeah.
As long as a kid can go invisible, because that'd make it twice as hard.
I mean, there's loads of stuff, isn't there? You say that, though, about kids going invisible. Wouldn't it be nice just sometimes while they're screaming and raving, just, boom, you're invisible.
Well, this leads to mine, a mute button. Like, what I would love to have a mute button. I could just go, ding, turn it off. Because mine like, definitely now of an age where they feed off each other. One gets stroppy, the other one like then realises, starts winding the other one up, and then that's it. We're in a vicious circle. Once the other one gets the other bit, I'm like, oh my God, give it a rest. Especially playing like Mario Kart, something like that. All I get is, oh, you're a sore winner. Oh, you're a sore loser.
This is strangely enough. This is something that I've thought about. Mine, I don't know if I'm cheating here a bit, but my magic power would be like a TV remote. With all that stuff. I'd have a rewind on there. I'd have a volume button on there. I'd have a pause. Sometimes as well, kids do stuff that's either really funny that you want to watch them do it again, like trip over. So you've got on your Sky remote, you've got a record button, haven't you?
Nice.
And then you could go back and watch it.
Nice. Could you write the wrongs though? If you rewind, can you rewrite the wrongs?
You could delete.
Don't delete. Learn from your mistakes. Redo.
Also, there's like fast forward and rewind.
Boring bits.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward.
Yeah. I was thinking more like school plays.
Oh, you bad man! I love school plays.
No, you imagine like doing long car journeys. If you could just fast forward a long car journey.
Oh, see, I'm always driving, so it's never a problem for me.
Well, that's even worse because when you're driving and you've got one behind you bottom left, one at bottom right, both screaming and shouting and poking fun at each other, you can do nothing while driving apart from
then one front left doing me head in as well. It's like
one front left fast asleep.
Oh man, you've been in a cab before? As soon as those wheels start turning, fast asleep.
I have a ruling car. No front seat passengers allowed to sleep.
Oh, right. I might start introducing that.
I need to be
I pretty much just tune out and focus on what I'm doing, and then Amy has to turn around and stuff. I mean, Amy's not a great passenger anyway. She can't turn around and out in car. She starts to feel sick and stuff. She starts turning around.
Make her sit back.
I might do actually, yeah.
Then she can just delve bottom right or bottom left, and she can look front, sort the front seat out.
Oh, I'm having it.
That's the way of getting around that. One thing I did think of, a bit more of on a serious front, this would be brilliant as well. You know, like when kids are babies and they just scream and you've no idea, you spend hours, you feed them, you change them, you burp them, and they're screaming. If they could just tell you what's wrong, just tell them what's wrong. Are you just tired? Fine, just be tired and just go to sleep.
Yeah, well, you've pooed your pants. Okay, let's go to it. You got bellyache. Okay, let's rub your belly better. Simpsons invented this, didn't they?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Homer's brother, wasn't it?
Homer's brother. Yeah, that's brilliant.
That would be a brilliant invention. I did also, as well. I'll just see if I can find this. I did put it on Facebook to see what people's responses were on. Well, the Bible, really, isn't it? Facebook. So we had on here. Let's start at the top. Meltdown stopper or an attitude changer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good.
Snap my fingers and all the slime stains, stepped on chips, dirty hand marks on the wall would go away.
Do you know what I'd have? My special power is if I stood on a piece of Lego, I didn't feel the pain, the kids felt the pain, then they stopped leaving on the floor. Because for some reason, they stand on Lego, it don't really hurt the feet because it's so light and nimble. I'm quite heavy-footed, so I stand there, heck, it hurts. I want them to feel that pain, not me. That'd be my special power.
Absolutely. Wave a magic wand and the house is clean. Ability to control when they're awake and asleep.
Well, I had one that I could make them go to sleep because on a night it's a nightmare at the moment. Like, oh man, I don't know why. I don't know if this is one for the podcast, but my kids must wait till bedtime and then decide they need a poo. And then, but they're like in sync with each other. Like they're like one's at the toilet, the one's outside with the door, banging on the door, messing about and stuff. And then they'll go, come out, wash their hands. Other one will go in. Next one's banging on the door, messing about. I'm like, go to bed. Don't know why. So yeah, I'd love a sleep button. They might poop bed like, but I'll have a sleep button.
What about just a non-poop button?
A non-poop button. Yeah. Or just change when they poo, because like I said, do my head in a moment.
Have as much energy as those damn kids.
True that.
The ability to see the future and change it without consequences.
Nice. Do you know why kids have got so much energy?
Sugar.
Well, no, they go to bed. They get more sleep than we do. They go to bed before we do, and they're up at the same time as us. That's why we should go to bed when they go to bed.
That's a good point.
But it's the fear of missing out, isn't it? If I went to bed when they did like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or whatever, I have the fear of like, oh, I've wasted my night. Not, I'm really energized for the next day and ready to go.
I'd love it. The power to be heard and obeyed by children all of every day.
What, all children? That sounds a bit creepy.
No, the power to be heard and obeyed by children all of every day.
All right, I thought it was the power to hear all children and they all obey me. Come with me.
Yeah, that'd be a bit weird. And then finally, the ability, and like we said, the ability to communicate from day one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would be good. Do you know what else I thought of? Would be some sort of magic power to do girls' hair.
I'm all right. I will brag a little bit that I can plait, and I can do like a decent plait. I can ponytail, I can pigtail, plait.
What about like French plait?
Now that's where I get all fingers and thumbs. I ain't got because you got to pull it really tight, and I ain't got the fingers and thumbs to do it. I can do it like a normal loose plait, and I can bobble it off, and then plait it, and then bobble it off again. It looks all right. I can get away with it.
Bobble it off.
You do bobble off ponytail.
Doesn't sound like something you should be doing to girls' heads.
Okay, for a guy we know, I do pretty well at doing hair. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'd love to have the ability to do. It'd help massively if I could teleport from one place to another place. It's a bit like you said, long journeys of that. But I'm thinking more, I've got sidetracked to work. I can get to go to school run pretty quick.
Yeah.
Pick them up, like get into clubs and stuff. I must waste so much time going from club to club or here, there and everywhere. It's an absolute nightmare.
The problem we've got is our town's jammed.
Yeah.
So it's not just a case of the amount of time you spend going from club to club, it's the amount of time you spend in a car doing such a short journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the ability to just create money? That made parenting easier though, wouldn't it? Because what I seem to find that I do a lot is go, oh no, we can't do that because I can't afford it. We can't do that because we've got to pay for you to do this or something else.
Yeah. I know what you mean, yeah, because that's hard, isn't it, when you have to say no and stuff. But that's part of learning and growing up, in it, that you can't have everything all the time, I suppose.
Well, it should be, but don't feel like it is nowadays.
No, I know what you mean. Like I say, keeping up with the Joneses. We're very much in that, aren't we? Trying to compete with everyone.
And obviously, this time of year when they've just had a bucket full of everything, loads of toys, loads of new clothes, loads of sweets and snacks.
Yeah,
They just seem to think it's going to continue.
yeah, they do.
And
And that's because we give them so much, and then we give them so much on top of that. Like when we was growing up, the only time we ever got anything, I like to think we ever got anything that was out of the norm, was Christmas or birthday. Like Easter, I think got like a chocolate egg, whatever. Now they get loads of stuff. Like my two get like money at like Easter and things like that. I'm like, money? I mean, give me chocolate.
yeah, it's like trying to teach them the value of money because like they get money for Christmas. As certain people are given money because it's easier for them to just then go get what they want. And mine are at an age where they want to go do their own shopping and things like that. So, but then they think that money just goes on and on. Oh, I've spent the Christmas money.
Now what?
Now I want this and I want this and I want this, and it's just trying to figure out how to fit it all in.
Yeah. The another one I'd love to be able to have as like a superpower would be like a lie detector. Like I know they were lying. I don't think mine do lie, but sometimes you think, I'm not buying that.
Oh, mine do. I've called them both out today at dinner table. Yeah. Only on little things. It was only little things, but it's the little ones I think that hurt me more.
What, saying you're good looking and stuff?
Yeah,
You're not getting great, Dad.
That does hurt. No,
Stuff
Dad, no, Dad, that t-shirt fits you really well. No, Dad, you should still be wearing flip-flops and socks.
What did you call them out on by the chat? Like, can you share?
Yeah, it's so Andy has this thing. She only really eats carrots as a vegetable, but it's Sunday today, so we had a Sunday dinner, and she hides them in like under other food or in stuff. And I was sat next to her, and I knew she hadn't eaten them all. So I said, "I know you've got a carrot hidden in your Yorkshire pudding." And she's like, "I haven't. I'm like, I know you have. You're lying to me." And I know it was there.
Good one.
And then Lexi had asked her to do something. I'd have look at something, and she says, "Oh yeah, I've looked at it." I'm like, "No, you haven't. I can tell by your face you haven't."
When you know the line, it's all right because you can call them out and stand to go. It's when they go, "I am telling the truth," and you're like, "I'm not sure." Now I don't want to make it worse by thinking that I think they're lying if they are telling the truth. So you have to just like sort of drop it. Because Ava's bad for you. Do you know if like she'll say something, I go, oh, don't believe you. She'll, I'm telling the truth, and I'm like, nah, I don't believe it. She'll nurse started crying. I'm like, oh, hang on, I'm gonna have to drop it. Okay, I believe you. Do you know what I mean? So if she's twigged on early doors, throw out waterworks to get out of something. She's a clever girl.
I think that might just be a female thing. Also, as well, it's them giving you a story that's not always the full story. They're not necessarily lying, but maybe just not giving you all the information you need to make a judgment on what's gone on.
Yeah, it's a fair we had one of them other days. No came downstairs. This mark on his head, this like red mark, and it looked like it had his face like rubbed against the carpet. It's like him like a carpet on his forehead, like a big circle. And I was like, "How have you done that?" And he said, "Oh, I ever stood on my head." And I was like, "What? How she stand on your head and then cause like a carpet burn?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know." And I was like, "Well, you're not telling the truth because you obviously knew what happened." So I said, "Right, Eva, come here, what happened?" She went, "I just stood on his head." And I was like, "What do you mean stood on his head?" "Well, this is what I did." And went to go stand on his head again. I was like, "No, don't do
that." So he did tell you the truth then, did he?
No, because there was more to it. She got his head and like sort of rubbed it on the carpet with a foot type thing. But he wasn't letting on that they were messing about.
Oh, right, I see.
Because I think he realised, oh, I might get in trouble here for doing something I shouldn't be doing anyway. So he's like, she just stood on me. No. There's no way that carpet burn appeared like that for just standing on someone's head.
The ability for kids to understand that we weren't born yesterday.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would work, wouldn't it?
If we could all talk to animals, that'd be pretty cool.
if we could talk to animals,
Yeah, as a superpower. Like, 'cause you can interact with like family pets and stuff. That'd be quite cool.
you don't like animals though.
I've got a tortoise. I like talking to themselves.
You've probably got more sense from that.
Yeah, to be fair.
I suppose it would be good because obviously, like I know you stay away from dogs because you're alert. You have this fake allergy thing going on. Your your allergies.
Kids might listen to this later on.
But but you don't want them to not have that interaction. So if you saw a dog in the street and it looked friendly, you could say to the dog, "Are you a nice and friendly dog, or are you going to bite my child?" And it'd go, "Ruff, ruff, ruff, I'm friendly." Ruff, ruff." And then you know that you could just let them go and stroke it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, that's our question of the week. Keep your questions coming in. We've got those. We're going to do these a little bit more. Some are quite serious. Some are very much tongue in cheek, but we'll keep doing them as we go through for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Just email us, dadtales@outlook.com, or find us on the socials by just searching.
Yeah, dad_tales_ is at Instagram. Hook us up.
Find us on Facebook. Find us on. We're on everything, aren't we?
We're on TikTok. I'm loving TikTok. We need to do a TikTok video once I get out of this isolation. I'm not sure end up in isolation, but
once you get rid of your disease, we'll do it.
I won't be gloating, mate, because it's going like wildfire. You'll end up with it next.
I will, probably. I hope so.
Yeah.
Right, mate. Just before we do Plonker of the Pod, can I just give a quick tiny update?
Oh, go on then. Still not listening.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing back yet.
So, can I request we get a tiny update when Tiny starts listening, please? Because
we need to keep putting this on, though, in case he's missing episodes and then just goes,
right.
I've missed a few weeks. And then he'll have to go back and listen.
So, what we'll do is put like a bit of code and just say, tiny update, no. And then that's it. That's how we'll have it.
That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do from now on. Right, okay. Right, who's your Plonker of the Pod?
So, my Plonker of the Pod, it's like a comedy story, this, right? It's got a bit of a sad ending to it, to be honest, but never mind. A guy in America, a plonker in America, and his name has to be nameless, and you'll find out why it has to be nameless, because I'm not allowed to name his name, broke into a house in California. Now, the way he broke into the house was he decided to go down the chimney, break into his house. He got down the chimney, and that's where the story stops for the time being. The owner came home, didn't know anyone was in the chimney. The guy was stuck in the chimney, didn't have a clue. It becomes like a bit of a fairy tale. The guy lit the fire in the chimney stack. It wasn't until the fire was burning quite heavily, this guy started screaming and shouting. Long story short, they couldn't get him out. They had to get a fire crew to whack the chimney breast of the house out. Like, I'm talking to cut a big hole inside the outside chimney breast, and the poor guy passed away. What a plonker.
Keep it light, Lil. Oh, man. Nice and fresh straight into New Year. Bit of death.
Yeah. Oh, dear. But yeah, they couldn't name him because obviously he's deceased now.
Wow.
What a plonker.
What an absolute plonker. So, if we're learning lessons from any of these, don't rob people's houses.
Well, that's lesson one. What a plonker for trying to rob a house. Plonker number two, why did he try and go down a chimney when he could have gone through a window? Like normal conventional burglars do. He had to get onto a bloody roof.
If he'd have just thought, I won't rob this house, then he could have just stopped at that, couldn't he? He wouldn't have had to think, I'll get in through a window. Just don't be a tool.
The emergency services pretty much damaged the house. It had to be like insurance knocked down and restarted again in the house. It caused that much damage, taking the chimney breast out to try and get him out. Crazy times.
It reminds me back of that Christmas song when Santa got stuck up the chimney. Why didn't he just go, achoo, achoo, achoo?
Why did he wait till he lit the fire before? That's like something from Three Little Pigs, where they burn him out because he comes out chimney. I was reading it thinking, God, this can't be true. But yeah,
if it's from America, it's definitely going to be true.
But yeah, like I said, I don't know. Crazy times.
While we're talking about America, my plonker of the pod this week is also from America. A little young lady, I don't know if you've heard of her, she's called Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
So, Miley Cyrus this week put on a New Year's Eve party for New Year's Eve. She did a bit of a concert, she sang, people turned up. Brilliant. Partway through her concert, her top that she had on just broke and gave way. So it fell down Oh, well, all the cameras and everything was there. So what she did was she sort of concealed her dignity, turned around, walked off stage, kept singing all this time, and then came back with like a jacket on to obviously hide her innocence.
Yeah.
This just strikes me as something that was properly choreographed. I don't think her costume did break. It did, but I think it was designed to break because her backing singers were still singing. And as she walked off, if it was me, if I was a backing singer and I was on stage with her, I'd be like, oh, is she coming back on? Not one of them looked towards where she was as if it was like, where is she? Where's she gone?
Yeah.
What's happening here? It just looked too choreographed to be made, to help publicity. So for that reason, Miley Cyrus is my plonk of the pod this week.
This show's a bit more light-hearted than mine was.
Just a touch. Just a touch. What are we going to do about this challenge? Are we doing this challenge?
I'm happy to do a challenge. It was you that went all quiet when I threw the gauntlet down. It's like he stamped on it and was like, nah.
No, I'm happy to do it. As long we need to do it properly, though, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to do it. So go on. Tell the people what our challenge is.
So, well, what is it? Are we doing a fitness challenge? Is it a weight loss challenge? Is it how are we doing this?
Well, I think it's hard because we've got different body masses, we've got different abilities as well. I think it's just a progression of what you've done for you versus work out who's had the better results from that. So, for example, I want to lose some weight and tone up and things like that. So I'm going to weigh myself, I'm going to take the measurements, I'm going to do the full shebang of my body mass, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I can work out a percentage of what I've lost in percentage-wise, and you could do the same. Because like I say, you're if we can do weight loss, you're at a disadvantage in the fact that I'm heavier than you before we even get going.
You've got more hair as well, haven't you, on your body?
Yeah, just shave it off.
That's 2.5 stone there gone, isn't it?
And if we're talking fitness levels, well, I'm fitter. So if I was going to run to do a race, I'd like to blow me on trumpet and say, no matter what, you're going to catch me.
Won't we all? Yeah, you did win the Olympics last year. We need to put a time on this, though, don't we? We can't just. Are we doing this for 3 months, 6 months?
Well, I'm happy to do like a 3-monther, we get to 3 months, do like a see where we're at type thing, and then push on as well. Because I don't mind trying to get myself into some decent shape. And I think within 6 months.
If you set yourself 3 goals, I'll set myself 3 goals, and then we do those measurements or some sort of task or something. So if it was me, for instance, I would want to run 5k quicker than I do now. So I'd go run 5k now. Well, no, not now because it's a bit late. But I'll run 5k, see what my time is, and then see where I can get to beat that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I'll pick 2 other things, and then we'll keep our challenges together. We'll reveal them next week.
Yeah.
And then we'll monitor them in, say, 3 months' time, and we'll let the public decide who they think's done the best.
Yeah, so if yours is 5k, I've got to do the 5k challenge as well.
Yeah. Because it doesn't matter what difference yours is, does it, to mine?
No, so we'll both start off, and then if you knock off, I don't know, a minute and a half, and I knock off, I don't know, a minute and a quarter, depending on where we started, depends on what's the bigger drop-off type thing.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. I'll have a think about what my other 2 were going to be.
So, okay, yeah. So we need to name 3 challenges that we're going to go toe-to-toe with.
3 personal challenges. That we're going to do. Right, keep your questions coming in. We will do all this again next week. Hopefully, if you can stay COVID-free, and so can I, we might be able to reconvene next week. So this sounds a little bit better.
Yeah, well, I'm out of isolation for recording next week, so it should be good to go. G to G, as they say.
G to G, down with the kids. Right, mate, well, let's do this all again next week. I will see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday, my friends. Stay safe.
And keep yourself smiling, mate. Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_, or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.